with this substantive issue. Chief Justice versus Parliament, Supreme Court, Parliament, rejection of Obi motion, expert and what make of it? What is your take?
Alaska, I think there issues like this, there are your friends saying constitutional aspect, judicial aspect, parliamentary aspect, and as for. And this area, see, most part of it, the judicial side, are quite a grey area. Ghana for you say, no matter the kind of personal opinion you hold about some of these issues, the Fana Abeta, the Fana powerhouse, I am ceding with the authority, constitutional power to deal with matters like this has to do with the court. My culture, how the court came into being, Alaska, we trace it back to the old UK model, where the king now exercise that power over the country, more or less like a kingdom, Alaska. Human interaction, one way or the other, one might come against the other. And then how do we prevail and make sure we settle dispute among people? Because Alaska, when you call the hunting and the gathering age now, the kind of barbarism, nipa dasani, I am fletching on your neighbors and the ketwa.
That's right.
A top dana, a man for air cancer in your metis or hair, but near ni partners as he was where dear Yanko Ponted and acting or sank a winima. Sometimes, dear, you know, wait, say Yanko Baba Yama. God, and I thought that on your wake or no, you know, not in the baby, the oil, I busy. Because Alaska, your friends are hunting and gathering age, Now what that's on there come the way ma utimi look around any nearby village bia no bowrama nipa no mo ho no omo dan na wahye no utimi ku nipa no de aduana mo na wafa. But that is the human experience. I also when we came under that particular way, there was the need for somebody to exercise certain control. Say by yama man and get it to need that particular dangerous aspect in some by you best settle. To be catcher say or so he needed people to act on his behalf. So authority of the king was ceded to this individual. Say muni asem on behalf. Oko traditional homes in Nasafua and ne kromo a him for no. You will be no how more than so much diasem.
Exactly.
Or henen na mo to me. So or henen diasem nu Alaska. The assumption say so ubu mo nimtia or henu mom no wabu na nimtia it miche at the diane na no. So is that concept of judicial we and ya refine na ene ababeduru a ye da benya ye court system yenya my lord my god na sefo that particular to me so there is one thing enyerada there is this veil of reverence. Citizens always are called to the judges. We hold them in high esteem because we know the job they work on are very sacred and so sacrosanct to the extent say friends say kasafi and answer ya soritia then ebu or mine animtia because first na ohene bi and they to me more but and the constitution and this are to me now more good and do bo monimtia your mind na wabu animtia. So over the years judicial power biano exercising with the uttermost of discretion, making sure. So my culture said there are 3 basic principles upon which every single law will assassinate so revolve around: a common sense, a reasoning, and a logic. And no call law school don't call law school there. A tough form of winning. So when you are acting at the judicial bench in Alaska, these are certain common way. Over the years, and I yet to Kromano, Alaska. One of the last time I would say, public be sorry, I say ruling a back court and I'm for sorry tiada.
No,
I'm for sorry, cassette diatem, what to be that? No, because that veil of reverence, because the court over the years, has been able to sustain these 3 basic elements. You may disagree, but because these elements are there, they do not defy logic, common sense is there, and this thing, who disagree, but then you just let it go. But Alaska. We have catapulted ourselves into an era, a realm, say, our reverence, is gone. It's torn apart to the extent that for the last 4-5 years in the year, the judiciary of Ghana, about the epic center for political, activism or partisan activism or whatever. And individuals are busily doing whatever that they do. So we achieve justice. Now you are pointing, especially at this crucial hour, Alaska. you must act with a touch of finesse, wisdom. Sabaya betimi maneuver way through this stormy situation you me. Sabaya betimi a survival. That is the only thing you do. Parliament your friend is saying judiciary and yasem afenyo marking the Mercado court based on the court discretion why you are granting that particular power. Speaker so on TSC will go back to court. I call fire short. You see, speaker seven or the bending so be an ya bogu ordinary no. Niama be say na yes yepe asamba court and settle. But Alaska Ghana near Otin has been very much concerned, not because of the ruling that be America.
Okay.
It is not based on the constitutionality of the matters in question. I don't know, we can only express our opinion.
That's right.
We are not the final arbiter.
The owners is lies.
Yes. Court to Nankasa power no lie in the bosom, the omopen bay. But the enam who can in the first place, we talked about the swift nature. Our Supreme Court less than 12 hours. Chief Justice. It's me a constitutive panel so omunko tia sebwe.
Dabio, I didn't know 12 p.m.
Okay.
And at 2 p.m.
Good. Now ruling about
what to me a constitutive the panel.
Yes. And see, that raised a lot of alarm because my catcher said a day before, no. Now there were journalists on more radio, so I say, oh, I said we are by more problem. These are journalists on your lawyers, so almost a problem. I want to say. I listened to it one guy on Joy FM or say the concern I want to say. And I'm saying similar critical issues about her till date. Chief Justice
LGBTQ
panel, it will be very difficult for her to jump over this issue. Now say, oh yes sir, she will cause public anger.
That's right.
This is a journalist on C law school that ahunyansa who are the way. Now when I was away, Chief Justice, na sa common science way, a new team. You should be worried. Lo and behold, the Supreme Court defy all odds. A set a panel at the ruling Babonting. And ruling Babonting, the average Ghanaian will cause to be worried. Because Alaska, this is a Supreme Court catcher or making argument, a very emotional one. Oh, Nipa no more constituency, no, they are Ghanaians. They cannot be denied representation in as a forum. And you know, we cannot allow them. Then yes, your fat time machine and you flip it back. A quay nimka can be answer. Ah, Nanya Supreme Court Yana Nanwanda 92.3. A professor back or any two other individuals. At the court to say the people are more voter regional. They also need representation. Our Supreme Court can say young regularize to the stand said. 2024 and San Omania representative. Now, San Crofone, the Sabi Omunipa.
That's right.
This is according to the Supreme Court logic. Again, yet to Cromhana obedi judge question a court. Court no coy no Alaska. Yes, a challenge the nationality.
That's right.
Now, substantive issue no was not heard then. Yentie who say obedi for no obedi bem. But the same Chief Justice in Nkro for Tenaseka say ye njanteno. Emanen kotena fie. Enti
for 2 years.
Enti nipa na asen no for the omo no mo ye nkokọ. They didn't need the representative. So Alaska, we yes niema we na beduru sa point we. Na what is such a ruling bar people question you. And again, and some na koba nyina na no drama bi si wo court. Me sure say nipa Ibrahim pay attention to.
Right.
That drama has to do with one of the judges. When is a Abra speaker of parliament or court no, not the lawyer tada sorry.
Exactly.
Yes. Nto mo kwatena sa panel no betena se no pagya ne sasa da bi. Me wasem ka ansa na even yetie substantive issue no mo sa sembe na oka. O se judge tenten no wom no uhu na ochen adago, uhu na babia behu no. Judge tenten no wom no. Oye MPP ni. Enti no ote ase enyeye. Looking at your friend is saying the sensitive nature and the partisan nature of the issue in question. No?
That's right.
And Mr. Sajaj, you know, MPP, you know, then it will raise a lot of concern because Alaska, we are coming from a background that already, no, Supreme Court, you know, at the social media, man for a already, no, Alaska. Your friend says Supreme Court, you know, a man for a china boss, our social media, a man for a can rule now, banabonting, young quartia. Yes, judge back or MPP ni. Now if people thought say just speculate because my town studio hacker. Not knowing say papa ya can say me in the year 2016 na day our whole central or far form eco contest on the ticket of MPP say or parliament.
Ivan, for the sake of your listeners near a transpire our court maybe say yema amafo what you just stated. Yentie dia Ivan na kan na yenko.
One of the rest of them married. He's done. No, but you see that. No, but you see that. Yes, he's done. Concerns raised by the attorney. And I have nothing more useful to add. Second. Now, Mr. Sorry, can we hear you on your objection? Now, Mr. Sorry, can we hear you
of the president
on your objection?
Arises from some of
so that my lord on the stream what?
Right to my lady the Chief Justice, to him being impaneled in this matter arises from of the president some of
so
the
that my lord on the stream what?
Right to my lady the Chief Justice in time. To him being impaneled, he was in this matter arises from New Patriotic Party. The fact that, and in fact, he was a parliamentary candidate in one of their constituencies in the Volta region.
I think you said enough.
Very well. And he was known to be associated with especially again.
No, I think you said enough.
From the
I think you said no. I think you said enough. Kindly.
Right, Ivan. When are now?
The Chief Justice and say he didn't want Sorry to expose the man further. And in Oka say he has said enough. Because on himself, Sabna Okano, I is scandalous.
Okay.
And by a good judicial anonymity. And people know that Nimna Manfo free say just speculation in room or keke. But raising it at the court, it give you certain credence to that particular session. And you've seen flyers running around. And so what kind of man a book now can seminar? I bet you why this gentleman was appointed to the Supreme Court. Because according to him, President Akufo-Addo wanted a Supreme Court judge to resign so that Obako speaker, speaker.
Okay.
But initially, they impressed on him to remain Papa na Obiara just obi na Obiara no mfa say.
Papa Jasco.
Yes. Enti okoyoko lusu ye no. Then somebody needed to be appeased. So this particular gentleman na oye lawyer there no had to be brought on board. What kind of book now? Why a circumstance leading to this particular judge? This is a guy, Alaska, or a known party person. I was standing on the ticket of the MPP, whole central. To stand on the political party ticket, you need to be a member of the party. You pay your dues and a whole lot of stuff. A member of good standing. Now you ask yourself, say, we are talking about not just any place, the Supreme Court of the land. People with partisan ties. And a yatam no. And so I don't want to talk about Parliament because I look at the number in 2023. How he got 138.
That's right.
Meaning, the MPP majority voted for him because 137 plus the independent person got him the 138.
Exactly.
And approving a judge, just simple majority. So that one I can't blame the minority because the resistance they offered then was quite clear. Obiate, but your course what in the coy. But Alaska say anya. Who beside who say there be a catch as a common sense a very common man for can enya common sense boo no the commonality over fine issue be able raise there is certain sense a womti a dawson issue be able raise and a man common and your common sense will be a team. That is the mistake people do. So you can't common sense and you say obia will be no, it is not true. A common sense every issue you raise there is a commonality. That particular sense in every issue, the wise person will be able to find it quicker. That makes it common sense. And see, Alaska, just imagine, say nothing has happened. The nature of this particular issue. Oko Supreme Court bench, and as I say, you have about 14, more than 14 judges sitting on the wheel.
That's right.
So the question is, motivation behind the back Chief Justice. When you be an confirm, say, Obia, you know very well, say that person has partisan ties. People will raise that particular question. Looking at the sensitive nature of this particular issue in question, and what our motivation ben about mau appointment, we catch us a common sense and you're common to everybody,
So it means that a man for now almost to me pinpointed to say Nipa Wayne dear or MPP.
Yes.
But I was saying with impunity.
Exactly. That's the level of disrespect for the people of this country. I'm a catcher. I'm going to bench in so more we now here so no. That's right. Already ruling the way. sorry erezi no oko ready buy no kase wo bot agu no eya hwe na no eya hwe na no I say tesensam na oka na nsamfo bi kura ba na ono no ontie papa ka cho say era we ya ye wo bi if you think sitting at the court dispensing justice ends there it means your mind belongs to the 12th century. Yes, Alaska, because that is half of dispensing justice.
It is half. The rest, no.
The rest are getting people to have trust and accept it. Now, justice, no dispensing, no, or dispensing man kokwa, no, or dispensing man moa. So people must accept it. People must respect it, and for people to do that, they need to have absolute trust and confidence in you. But there are a whole lot of scandals around it. Yes, young fan say a man for Aboboswa, Kwakoto baby, Papa no Nyadaje, Wuruma Kwakoto baby. Such a high profile case. Why will you bring such a person with such a terrible track record on that particular bench? So I know the day, yes, it's a wusi umusu okwansoa. Would not say ha obia stop you. So who took na ukwa Alaska, me say obia stop you winyina. Obia kwese
again. So
wusi umusu okwansoa. Would not say ha obia Kenyan sasam chira wunti unto say okwa wu na okwa ji wani so no. Nothing will stop you. A man for more a survival accident. Na ya mom nko story nchira all start here or ko bi catch and say or pentam akwa. That is how it is.
That's right.
So Alaska, that's the trajectory we are on as at now. Because common sense will tell you that getting that particular man on this particular panel at this time.
I don't raise the public.
Exactly, especially looking at how contentious this particular issue is. And at the end of the day, a pure NDC, he says a constitutional matter. A constitutional matter, and young Kokona de Koye, a NDC MPP na de Koye, tying political interest to the issue in question. So it's not that just constitutional. A constitutional matter wired in party form. Because party actors and a deba. So Edameka say, you have to be very reasonable and exercise that absolute discretion, constitutional in such a way that you will not be in the bad books of the people. You need to sustain and build confidence because the judiciary.
That's right.
For the past 1 week in here, go to even YouTube alone, go and catalog videos and opinions, expressions, and some of and yes, people are just talking about it too. Supreme Court judges, former Ababonti, and they are all worried about the friends that this overdrive. Chief Justice, your friends say we no call. Now don't call Chief Justice Payne. Alaska, I'm for Abako. There be a come say when you are in a position of power and you think you're going to live there forever, you are sick. Alaska, because it's transient. You know, pass it through. Now Rollins be 19 years and now Shana Wuno. Alaska, Kwame Nkrumah wa hefa. That is how it is. Stalin and as a foreign Russia and as for so Uba, you leave a legacy that will leave an indelible imprint, indelible mark on the minds and the heart of the people. And then I come and come no but because you have power, this arrogance and impunity. Now Alaska, I think that there is one thing that is running through common. She'll be to say your friend is saying easy bossy.
Okay.
Very emotional. That kind of toxic kind of person. Chief Justice is the same thing. What can I mean that kind of attitude, And I'm sure, see the to me bia. First, you need to look at the temperament and the emotional intelligence of the person first. Because men are metiana may yes idea we are. There are certain factors about me consider. That is why I meant dwell on the constitutionality of the issue, whether Chief Justice in the default or not. But other things,
and the Babs were
yeah, other issues around it, Alaska, a major concern because any Nabama public, I think with the court and the justice delivery, edibu because now Afro barometer for Europe, survey. There are for do send a word as much as over 60% of Ghanaians don't even believe or trust the court. We are Chief Justice, you should be worried. We are President, you should be concerned because this is a house and a deal minor sem. Not a man for any. The last time I may catch you say Ghana you prefer so no go parkobo than to go to court. No go po. Than to go to court because that institution, average person any trust whom. So we Chief Justice, your major preoccupation should be at addressing this major whether misconception or whatever people have about the judiciary, But the is to deepen this crack widen the gap of trust and this misconception whatever no wo highlight no because nemo mo dan adini na asefo no na no yet say almost o mudi mrika akose date say o betie LGBT case say o mba betie speaker no way on the way 7th of November or way na asefo no the question is say enti na omunim so mba say that until say sa nema way ACCC so we should be very much concerned about building trust anya sa maka cho say kroma yet no we can lose everything. But the very moment we lose our judiciary, no, we are done. And where we are at the verge of losing everything.
We are at the verge of...
Oh, the NDC is being led by a former president of Ghana. Now, Okachiro said, "Oh, no need trust." Our court to election, no, your corner say, "Oh, Lusu or we knew on court to Alaska." Now, ordinary person, me am pointed judge. I mean, I mean, trust the way we should be very much concerned. And these are institutions of state. You understand? So, Niema is critically undermining state institutions, its authority, its neutrality, its independence, and even when it comes to the basic exercise of discretion, I'm for the common sense, and then as a forum, way left, right, to take the absolute balance, you know, we are losing everything. So I know the day, you know, your democracy, you know, the foundation you have.
Ivan, before you wrap up, Mami Bisa question.
All right.
You are Hoto FM Hai. You were the various departments at Ewaha. Ejuma Mimi here Ewaha as a radio presenter. I report to somebody. And everybody here is under Obi. In the say, Ejuma na me here no. Say, enya say I'm playing to the formula, and to the game plan of Nipa no offer me na. Me ji this obet me akata say offer me. But say me wa under somebody na dey na me here no weche na wo kasa Nipa no so offer me nso say ne wo here no me pe. So in this case, you know. You got my
yeah, I got you. That's what I say. Absolute power corrupt absolutely. The president thinks on to me and
that's right.
Appoint whoever. And the people who come on board no free say, oh, I am not deserving of this position. I am here because of a messy being a ubienya na wapekebe. So all that I'm doing is to please and preserve that relationship I have with the person.
That's right.
So if that means sacrificing or throwing my convictions under the bus, mayor, and that's exactly what is happening because you can't control what I do.
That's right.
If you disagree with me, we part ways, we go our way. Because I'm not the day. We know mom is our position in me, and there is no guarantee says how the mammy mean to me did that. So it's a matter of having personal conviction and principle.
Right.
The last time I make said the only thing they differentiate here from animals, our ability to strike balance between what is good and what is evil as human beings.
Right.
Once you lose it, you lose everything. And that is the problem. Nipa yet time 2 million as for the moment. Mahu is circulating Chief Justice Nikunu your friends a narcotic board. I don't want to go there because a civil servant will now rise to that particular issue. But the question is Alaska, one hour impact ben legacy ben will leave at the place when you know say and the Supreme Court no said nothing has happened BBNC will chrome hakra and the mere fact that President Akufo-Addo attacking the place na nkasa a major concern.
Right.
Makacha said over the years we've not gone past 14 and then we are at the verge of getting about 18 to 19 Supreme Court judges within a short period. Now at the end of the panela yam tetefo say tetefo no kro bia nka ho na no wonderful way akoya ye kana say me he came to the first Supreme Court 2023 so 2023 2022 2024 for nko say am no ka say there is a new batch ya line omo up ewo we omo kwaje approval from parliament whatever way so we cannot consistently subject such a revered institution to public scrutiny and the mortification about that we lose everything. And that is the message the president should get. The Chief Justice as a woman should be very much concerned about the legacy she's living, not sitting there and pronouncing your friends saying I have 2 minutes. Now 2 minutes, now we are the first person I have 2 minutes. This is a seat. Many more people have sat on it. They are dead and gone. So your turn now will come to an end. But the Nipa what you use that particular thing to do. Now, empaneling somebody with partisan ties to come and sit on this particular issue, Ufri say a crack out of common sense. That's up to you.
Right, Madam say that was Ivan Che Innocent. Make FM 92.3.
Minua, afei ma menka me wura mu mu aso ahunu a menyae wɔ Safari Valley Eco Park